£28,000 a year sits almost exactly at the UK median full-time salary. It is the income level where things start to feel a little more manageable, where some financial goals begin to feel within reach, and where the decisions you make about your money start to have a meaningful long-term impact. But manageable does not mean easy. In the UK in 2026, £28,000 still requires a clear plan if you want to build genuine financial security rather than just getting by month to month. This video is going to show you exactly what this salary looks like after tax, where every pound goes, and what becomes possible financially when you are intentional with this level of income. As always, we start with what actually lands in your bank account. On a £28,000 gross salary in 2026, here is what comes out. Income tax. You pay 20% on everything above the £12,570 personal allowance. On £28,000, that means tax on £15,430, which works out to approximately £3,086 per year, national insurance. You pay 8% on earnings between £12,570 and £50,270. On £28,000, that means NI on £15,430, coming to approximately £1,234 per year. Workplace pension. At the auto-enrolment minimum of 5% employee contribution on qualifying earnings, your pension contribution is approximately £1,082 per year on a £28,000 salary. Total deductions come to approximately £5,402 per year, leaving a net take-home pay of approximately £22,598 per year, or around £1,883 per month, compared to £1,716 per month on a £25,000 salary. That is an additional £167 per month in take-home pay. And compared to £1,453 per month on a £20,000 salary, the cumulative improvement is £430 per month. These gains are real, but they do not arrive without the same proportional increase in tax. Every pound you earn above £12,570 is effectively taxed at a combined rate of around 28% when you include both income tax and national insurance. We are keeping the same expense categories across the salary series, so you can compare directly. Housing. £550 per month for a room in a shared house including bills. If you are renting alone or in a higher cost area, this figure will be considerably higher and reshapes the entire budget. Food, £175 per month for groceries. Transport, £80 per month on public transport or a short commute. Mobile phone, £20 per month. Essential outgoings total £825 per month, leaving £1,058 from our £1,883 take-home pay. At this income level, there is also a stronger case for considering whether it makes financial sense to move towards living independently rather than in a shared house, depending on local rental prices. In many parts of the UK outside London, a one-bedroom flat costs between £650 and £900 per month. Factoring in bills, that might bring housing costs to £750 to £1,000 per month. That significantly changes the budget, but also brings lifestyle benefits that matter to a lot of people at this stage of their lives. After essential expenses, £1,058 remains per month. After discretionary spending of £200 to £300, that leaves between £758 and £858 available for saving, investing and building financial security. This is the income level where the budget genuinely starts to feel like it has some substance. Not comfortable, not unlimited, but enough that multiple financial goals can be worked towards simultaneously rather than having to choose between them. If you are living in a shared house on £28,000, a realistic savings and investment target is £300 to £500 per month, depending on your personal spending habits. That is enough to build an emergency fund relatively quickly, start investing meaningfully in a stocks and shares ISA, and begin making progress on longer-term goals like a house deposit. If you have moved into your own flat, those figures will look different. A higher housing cost might bring your available surplus down to £200 to £350 per month. Still meaningful, still enough to make real progress. But the housing decision has a larger impact on your financial trajectory at this income level than almost any other single choice. Let's put the progression across the salary series into perspective. On £20,000, take-home pay is £1,453 per month. Realistic savings potential after essentials and discretionary spending is £100 to £200 per month. On £25,000, take-home pay is £1,716 per month. Realistic savings potential rises to £200 to £400 per month. On £28,000, take-home pay is £1,883 per month. Realistic savings potential rises further to £300 to £500 per month in a shared living situation. The pattern is clear. Each salary increase delivers a meaningful but not dramatic improvement in take-home pay, largely because of the combined impact of income tax and national insurance. The difference between earning £20,000 and £28,000 is £8,000 in gross salary, but only around £5,000 in additional take-home pay per year, or approximately £430 per month. Tax takes the rest. This is not a reason to avoid earning more. It is simply a realistic picture of how UK income tax works in practice, and why budgeting at every income level requires the same intentionality, even as the numbers improve. At £28,000, several financial milestones that felt out of reach on lower salaries start to become genuinely achievable within realistic timeframes. Building a full emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, roughly £2,500 to £5,000, becomes achievable within 6 to 12 months if savings are prioritised. Saving a meaningful house deposit starts to feel realistic. Putting £400 per month into a lifetime ISA and a cash ISA combined, including the Leaser government bonus, could build a deposit of £25,000 to £30,000 within 4 to 5 years in many parts of the UK outside London. Starting to invest regularly in a stocks and shares ISA becomes achievable alongside other goals rather than instead of them. Even £150 to £200 per month invested consistently at this stage of a career compounds significantly over the following decades. And importantly, building the financial habits at this income level, budgeting intentionally, saving automatically, avoiding lifestyle inflation, sets the foundation for significantly stronger financial outcomes when income rises further in future years. The priority order at £28,000 follows the same framework as the previous salary videos, but with more room to move through the priorities simultaneously rather than sequentially. First, emergency fund if not already in place. 3 months of essential expenses is the minimum. 6 months is better. Second, workplace pension to the full employer match, non-negotiable at every income level. Third, lifetime ISA, up to £4,000 per year if you qualify and are saving for a first home or retirement. The 25% bonus is too good to leave on the table. Fourth, stocks and shares ISA with remaining savings. A globally diversified low-cost index fund is the most appropriate vehicle for long-term wealth building at this income level. At £28,000, there is enough surplus to be making meaningful progress on all 4 of these simultaneously, rather than having to focus exclusively on one at a time. That is the real financial step change this salary level represents. To bring it all together, on a £28,000 salary in 2026, your take-home pay is approximately £1,883 per month. After essential expenses, you have around £1,058 remaining. A realistic savings and investment target in a shared living situation is £300 to £500 per month. The priority order is emergency fund, workplace pension match, lifetime ISA, and stocks and shares ISA. And at this income level, for the first time in this series, it becomes genuinely possible to make meaningful progress on multiple financial goals at the same time. £28,000 is a salary you can genuinely build on. The decisions you make with it now will have a compounding impact on your financial position for decades. If this video helped you understand what is possible on this salary, subscribing takes 2 seconds and means you won't miss a video. We post twice a week on making your money work harder in the UK, and next up we are doing the same breakdown for a £30,000 salary.